to Disney isn't just about kids.
Nope.
It's about adults too. So let's go have some adulting. This is about adulting at Disney.
Oh wait.
Yeah, I did like the litter box. The elephant's cool, but the chairs.
Chairs are something. They're something.
After some misdirection, we're finally making it down to our room. All right, here we are. 06. All right, let's get in here and put our stuff down because wow. All right, here we are. Little kitchenette, little mini sitting area. There's a nice desk here. There's a little note. Oh, there's a card with some, it looks like taffy.
Possibly. Yeah, that's taffy.
Oh, cool. So like old school saltwater taffy, I would imagine.
I know what it looks like.
I like the periods or even like little Mickey Mouses.
Welcome to the Innkeepers Club. Please enjoy a taste of our saltwater taffy from the oldest candy store on the boardwalk.
Cool.
It's 4 pieces of saltwater taffy.
I don't know what.
Cute little Mickey Mouse.
That is really cute.
Handwritten, which is nice. Welcome home, Stephanie and Duke. We're very glad to welcome you to the Innkeepers Club. Happy 40th birthday, Stephanie. Same as Epcot. Thank you for letting us be a part of your celebrations and for being a part of our 50th celebration. We hope you have a most magical visit. Innkeepers Club. Also, Stephanie.
The one I talked to on the phone.
Yes.
Let us venture up the stairs. Now this is one of the older rooms. They are currently remodeling these. So this may change and look a little bit different. Oh, look at that tub. Oh my gosh.
You got a soaker in there?
Yeah. Oh.
Made her flee into the wall.
But yeah, look, there's like a big old like soaker tub. We've got a little balcony. Oh, we have 2 TVs. How decadent.
That's huge and deep.
Yeah. And then like the shower. Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's crazy cool.
Yeah.
Look at this tub though. Which one of these turns on the, there we go. Look at that tub. That's huge. Like it's kind of hard to see. I'd have to sit inside of it. Now I don't want to do that with my shoes on. We'll have to do that later just so you can see how big that is. But it's big.
Yeah, that's definitely, you're going to be able to get.
There's something crucial. H2O stuff that we can use in the shower. And then, because we'll probably only use that much, we have all these and all these to take home.
Before
totally
it goes
crucial.
away.
That's amazing. And then look, wow, this is big.
And
Look
covered.
how big that is. That's insane. It's hard to tell. Like I could lay down right here.
Yeah, easily. It's about 6 feet wide.
Yeah, this is big. Yeah, and like he said, it's all covered, and this part is covered too. So it'd have to rain just right to get wet in here. This is really nice. We're wandering over to the lounge, and the ambiance is awesome.
Yeah.
But I think the music is my favorite.
Yeah, the music is definitely good.
I wonder if this is it.
Yeah, looks like it.
Thank you, Flavia. Okay, so here's the hours. We did walk in there, of course, like at 6:57, so we were like, we're not gonna walk in there right before and try to get stuff. But very fancy. Like we walked in and we were like, hi. And she just like opens the door for it. And we both were like, well, do you want us to like check in though so that you know like who we are? She's like, is this the Myers family? And we were like, how did you know?
We haven't said anything.
I was in such a hurry. Also, I was in such a hurry to get out. Like I never put on lipstick. I look very like flat. I look very flat.
Go back to the room. It's like a 12-minute walk. It's not that big of a deal.
12-minute walk.
Like,
no, it was like 3 minutes. We just got into Morimoto, Asia. Our reservation wasn't until 8:30, but because we got in early and we were able to get over here earlier than we anticipated, we were like, do you have a table? Maybe. We understand if not. So I mean, generally speaking, like if you're nice, they're gonna try and help you if they can. And they did. They were like, "Good, we have one that we're cleaning off right now."
So yay, we get to eat early and at an Iron Chef's restaurant. Looking forward to that. Iron Chef Japan. My favorite Iron Chef.
He said, "Don't turn my legs. I'm wearing a skirt." He doesn't want, others down below. But like seriously, this is a pretty cool view. There was kind of some hiccups in getting us set, but it's cool. It looks nice. Definitely hungry.
Definitely hungry.
Okay, so we are big fans of Yamazaki. So we're like, I also love Nika. I have this one at home, and it's my regular. I usually have like one every other night, maybe. And then I've tried this one. I definitely like the grain better. Shh, I'm trying to be better. But like, it's definitely got some really awesome stuff here for whiskeys if you're into that. A lot of course, Japanese whiskeys, which is super awesome. There's some sakes. For tonight, we decided to do a cocktail. If we wanted to spend that kind of money, we probably would have done this, but it's a little much for tonight. So I went with the Forbidden Highball, and he went the Smash. And then for appetizers, we got the Toro Tartar and Sumai. I'm gonna do my best to get us both in it. So, really, really good so far. The Toro is definitely something different. It's a texture thing. If you don't want to eat something that is like a paste consistency, heads up. It was really good. The accoutrements that went with it, really nice to kind of add your own flavors in and just kind of have fun tweaking it. Yeah. I was really hungry, so we also ordered the sumai, which were really good. It was pork and mushroom like purse style dumplings, and then they had a black caviar on top of them, and they were so good. But we're so hungry. I didn't even think about it. Once I started eating, I'm like, food. Yeah, so I'm really sorry I didn't share it with you, but really good. We both really liked them.
And more important than everything else,
we finally got our drinks. Happy date night. We needed to order more food. All right, so this is the Forbidden Highball, right? It's Japanese whiskey and soda water. This is a very light whiskey. It's not bad. It's just there's not a lot of flavor to it. Is where I'm at with that. This is what Duke got. I haven't tried it yet, but I'm really excited. What did you think of it?
It's got a nice sour bite.
Oh, okay.
And then it's got like a whiskey back note. So it starts with a sour bite, but then there's like a smokiness to the back end that really comes out nicely. It is definitely refreshing if you like a sour drink.
Oh, I love that.
If you're into a sour drink or into like the more like a passion fruit style drink or a
well, and it's not very sweet.
No, it's got more sour than sweet.
Mm-hmm. That's
but it's really tasty.
That's good. This all the way.
The mint gives you just the right hint. But yeah, no, that's a really good cocktail for somebody that wants a whiskey.
Yeah, I love that. I want to see what you think because, yeah.
Yeah, there's almost no taste of whiskey to that.
Yeah, it almost felt like it was almost
really
like
super subtle.
Watered down because of the club soda, which was my fear with getting this to begin with. But yeah, I mean, it's really refreshing, and if you're someone who wants for something very simplistic, it's going to be great, especially
but that's
if you're
also dangerous.
Yeah,
like
well,
you said.
Okay, that's a good point. I hadn't thought about that.
You could go through those because it tastes like
it just
a slightly smoky, lemony water.
Sparkling water, which I love.
And it's good to, don't get me wrong, the smoky sounds weird, but it's actually in a good way.
Yeah.
It's a good flavor. You could pound that really fast on a hot day. That could mess you up.
I agree. Yeah. Next up, we got the eel and avocado roll, and we also have some chicken and lemongrass dumplings coming. I'm really excited.
Don't snooze if you're not into sushi. Don't snooze on the eel because it sounds weird. It really does have like a barbecue taste and a soft texture. To me, it's almost an entry kind of sushi for people. It's cooked, so it's not something that people are scared of because it's raw fish. Oh, right.
That's a good point.
But it's cooked and it tastes a bit like barbecue, so it can kind of entry somebody into it without being too terrible.
But yeah, eel's great anyways for people that like it, but
It's one of our favorite things to get. Even though we love raw fish, eel's one of our favorite things to get.
Yeah.
Go ahead, I'm just drinking.
I can tell. Here we go.
Okay, we were talking about the sushi, and literally he was like, why aren't you telling? Good point. So, it was good. If you eat sushi normally, expect that these appetizer rolls, the ones that are right above the small plates, they're going to be very like standard style rolls, simplistic, and focus on the quality of the ingredients. I think this was a good roll. I think the rice was really nice. It was soft, and it wasn't like sometimes you can go get sushi and the rice kind of feels hard and cold.
Yep.
But it was really nice. The eel was really soft, like super soft. It didn't feel grainy, and I've had it sometimes where it felt grainy.
Definitely a quality eel.
Right. But it was just eel avocado.
Yeah.
And then
The barbecue sauce.
and then wrapped, and then the eel sauce. So I liked it. I thought it was very good. At the same time, it's very simplistic. So if you're looking, thank you so much. If you're looking for something that is different, eel may be different for you. If you're someone who does sushi, it didn't feel very different. Like it was
Didn't blow
good,
me away.
but it didn't blow me. Yeah, exactly. It didn't blow me away.
I've had rolls at our local sushi place
Yayas is something special.
have blown me away with their
For real.
complexity and their
Yeah,
The
yeah.
fact
Are
that
you
they're
taking
different.
notes? We're in Disney, and we're telling you that yours back home in Little Richmond, Virginia, is amazing.
probably going to be tagged at the bottom of this.
I mean, I'll give them some kudos, of course. But it's true, though. Like,
Yeah.
I completely agree with you. They have some really, really complex rolls, and they're about the same. They're a little bit more, but they're pretty close because
Price-wise?
Yeah, because all the
They're-
specialty rolls are somewhere between like
16 and 20.
$15, $16, and then you have a couple that are at 20.
But these were simple rolls at $16.
Yeah, well, I mean, and I get it. It's Disney. Like, we get that.
And it's Morimoto's.
And it's Morimoto's, like Chef Morimoto. Like, I understand. Totally get all
Absolutely favorite Iron Chef ever, for
that.
me at least.
Oh, absolutely.
If you're a Bobby Flay fan, we're done.
Take that back right now. Absolutely not. Dumplings.
Dumplings.
Dumplings. Again. But
Are you
these
calling
are
me a dumpling now? I mean, I'm getting around.
No, my little dumpling. That's what it is, my little dumpling. So these are chicken and lemongrass. That's a flavor I have not had in a dumpling before. It's usually like pork or vegetable, sometimes
Yeah.
chicken. We were sitting here raving about these.
Those were good.
Those were so good. Chicken was tender. The lemongrass was prominent. It was almost like spicy, almost.
It
From
was a
the lemongrass.
lemony,
It was
spicy
so good.
chicken. Yeah, that was
perfect.
that when you dipped it, that umami that you get from the dip,
A little bit extra salt.
counterplayed against that lemongrass bite.
So good.
That might have been my favorite thing at the table, and that's tough with the toro. Because I love me some toro.
The pork and mushroom shumai were really, really good.
They were.
I really like those.
I still like this better.
Yeah, I would pick.
I would say
And that's
this.
chicken. We always eat chicken.
know.
We usually
Oh,
try
yeah.
not to get chicken when we go out.
I would eat this, then the shumai, then the toro, and then the roll. Because the roll was just like whatever. It's an eel roll.
That I agree. I would put it. Yeah, I'd put it in the same order. I would pick your drink over mine in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I think if we were to do some sort of scaling, a lot of these vlogs do scales. I don't know what our scale would be.
Pick a scale. 1 to 20 for D&D dice. For a D20, it rolls a
Natural 20 would be a crit, and a 1's a
Yes.
fumble. So I'm good with that.
yes.
I'm very good with that. So
Do
I
you-
would say
Do you love me even more now?
I do love you more now. For a person who likes, okay, let's start with the drinks then. So for the person who likes, I like my whiskey neat.
Yeah.
Neat, maybe I'll drink it with on the rocks. I do not do mixed drinks. It is rare. I generally stay away from it. That said, for somebody that doesn't like a mixed drink all that often, I would say this roll, it's in this roll to 15 out of 20.
Okay.
This is a pretty good
That's
drink.
high for you.
That's a pretty good drink.
You-
I would definitely do this again. So yeah, I would give this a 15 out of 20.
Okay. What about What about mine?
Yours, I would probably give like a 4 out of 10.
Oh, you're nice. I was gonna give it a whopping 3.
Wow.
It's
All
not
right.
terrible. It's just like flavored soda water.
It's flavored soda water.
It was, yeah.
What about mine? What did it roll for you?
I'd probably give it a 12.
12. All right.
I liked it a lot. That said, I've had other cocktails that were whiskey-based cocktails. That
Here.
I thought
Not at Morimoto's, but
in
here
Disney.
at Disney
Yeah,
Springs.
I'm not going to take it outside of Disney. But here at Disney, Nomad Lounge, that I feel were better than that because it complements the whiskey better.
Okay.
Now people are different though. Some people want to have a cocktail that hides it a little bit more because they're not as big of fans of whiskey.
That's true.
And I get that. For me, I do like whiskey. So I want the cocktail to complement the distilled goods.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd give it a 12 or a 13. It's probably like doing like the teeter thing. Like you roll it and it like smacks the side of the wall on something
sort of
and it's like
wobbles.
kind of
Yeah.
wobbles there, yeah.
Shall we roll our way through the food?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So I'm gonna roll low to high here.
Okay.
I'm gonna build up my attacks.
Okay.
And go for that final blast. You got to
Okay.
get a soften the boss before you knock him down. So my lowest thing on today's menu was definitely the roll, the eel roll. I love eel. It's delicious. The eel roll was good, but it didn't blow me away. I've had eel rolls everywhere. That's been like whatever. It's an eel roll.
Close your eyes for 1 second. I'm declaring an 8. Okay, go ahead. No, I want to declare what mine is to see how close we are before you reveal what yours is. So go ahead.
All right. So the eel roll, I'm gonna give the eel roll a 7. I'm gonna go with a 7 because it was a good roll, but it didn't blow me away.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna go with a 7 for an eel. What'd you give it?
I literally just said an 8
Aha.
because you taught me that 10 was like the 5. It was like the standard. Like you're meeting, you're mid-level, you're average.
Yes.
If you're 10.
Yeah.
Sorry. Woo, there we go. I can see your face now. I thought about giving it a 10, but the thing is that I would expect, I think, something a little bit more from that given where I was at, so I dropped it down based on location. Okay, next item.
My next item up, I remember what the order I put them in was, surprisingly, the Toro. I thought the Toro was delicious. It's definitely something that's an acquired taste for people because of the texture of it, like you had mentioned before. I would give that, I would say that rolled a 12. It was tasty. The Toro itself didn't have a lot of flavor, which it shouldn't.
Thank you. Have a really good night. Thanks.
The Toro itself didn't have a lot of flavor. It shouldn't. And it had some fun accoutrement to go with it, but it didn't outshine other things.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with that and kind of roll on. My next, what'd you give it? What'd you give the Toro? Or what's your third favorite?
I would rate it the same, actually. I was thinking like a 12 or a 13.
Okay.
Honestly, this might sound snobby of me, and no offense. I didn't expect the Toro that we had in the middle of Oklahoma to be what it was.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. And I mean that not because I think ill of Oklahoma, but because like I grew up in the Pacific Northwest,
Yep.
and Duke spent more than half of his life in Hawaii, so it's kind of like growing up there. So we kind of expect seafood to be better on the coast because it's honestly just easier to get. So we didn't expect to have something so good in Oklahoma, but I think that Toro that we had in Oklahoma was better than this we had, or even on par with it.
Yeah, the Toro in Oklahoma was really, really good. Different format. We had it as nigiri.
That's very true.
This was a tartare.
It was a tartare. That's very true.
Very, very different. And that may have changed that.
That's true.
So I would say then my second favorite were the shumai, which was pork
I would give that
and mushroom.
a 15.
And pork and mushroom and a little bit of caviar on the top. Very flavorful, very good. Surprisingly balanced flavor-wise.
Yeah.
The caviar didn't overpower, the pork didn't overpower the caviar. add in a little bit of the dipping sauce. Really, really good. I'm gonna say that rolled a 16 for me. And it was absolutely fantastic. What did it roll for you?
A 15.
15.
I thought it was a 15, so I might be a tough grader because I think that everything has room to grow. Like, definitely has room to grow. So it's going to be really hard for something to achieve like a 20 for me. I'm going to be like, it's an 18 or a 19 or, ooh, it's a 19.5. Like, man, I don't know. It'd be really tough to beat it. But like, it's going to have to
There's
really...
no 19.5 on a D20. Don't even look.
Well, that's true. Okay, all right, that's fair. You know what? And we did talk about that before with other vloggers that will do like half ratings. We're like, just us, to each their own. But yeah, so I said a 15. I thought they were really, really good. Like Duke said, very well balanced. It was really, really tasty. I could have probably eaten 4 more of them very easily. But yeah, it wasn't like mind blowing, but they were really solid, really good. I would definitely order them again.
Yep. Which leaves the lemongrass as
Lemongrass.
the highest lemongrass chicken as the highest rated tastiness.
Close your eyes.
Oh boy, here we go.
Okay.
So she knows she could just voice over this, right? B-roll it, and I would never have been able to tell.
I'm making sure that we're being clear in the moment and we're not showing that, oh, look, we're so cute, we agree on everything later. That would be lame.
So I'm actually going to give the lemongrass a 17. Slightly better than the shumai. Really flavorful, good balance.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed those, and I would eat those again in a heartbeat.
In a heartbeat. I would eat those, yeah. They would be one of the first things I picked up, but I think I'd also try the lettuce wraps that they had on there. I'm really curious about those. So I literally was like, and I was like, we're disgusting. So I feel that way because I've had chicken dumplings that felt like just like a paste.
Yeah.
It was like a big mix that was all mushed together. It's like one ball, and that feels pretty standard. These had texture.
Yeah.
And it was meaty and substantive, like the pork. The pork was like that too, was substantive. And I like that. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. But that lemongrass, which is one of my favorite flavors anyway, so good.
Yeah.
It was so good.
So
and
good.
it wasn't like spicy, but because lemongrass can have a heavy punch, it punched. So
Yep.
yeah, definitely awesome. So overall, what do you think? Oh, excuse me. What would you give it for just like a roll? He's rolling his eyes at me.
I'd probably give it I hate to say this, I'd probably give it a 10 out of 20.
Okay.
I've had more interesting roles elsewhere. I've had more adventurous roles elsewhere.
Yeah.
It's sushi, so it's expensive. It's extra expensive sitting here at Disney Springs.
Yeah. It's even more. It's Chef Morimoto.
And yeah, it's Chef Morimoto. But I was expecting more surprising foods, and it felt more like it was like, oh look, it's common stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, they've got Wagyu on the list, and they've got some of the harder things like Toro on the list, but
it would have been interesting though to get the Wagyu and try that and compare it to what we had on the Fantasy at
that's a
Remy.
good point.
That Wagyu beef at Remy was
mind-blowing.
So it would have been interesting to compare.
Yeah.
When you know it's the same beef because it's
Yes.
still coming from Japan. But yeah, anyway, I actually gave it a 12, but as I was sitting here thinking about it, I was like, no, because I think it barely met I don't even know if it met expectations now that I think about it, because this place has been raved about so much. And so just so you know, for like complete transparency, Duke actually suggested that we come here. He's like, it's supposed to be so good, but hardly anyone's been talking about it. And I'm wondering if like
It's because it's a 10 out of 20.
it's because it's dropped and it's like, ooh, you know what I mean?
Maybe. Could be.
It's possible.
So here we are back in Richmond, and we're going to show you some of the fun things from Yayas and try not to take up too much time.
we had a thought in our head on what we were expecting, and it didn't come to what we were expecting. And I think part of it was a place like this, which is a local, smaller place that is doing fun, creative things. We were like, well, that should be what an Iron Chef's place is doing. I've followed Morimoto's Iron Chef path for many, 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 many years. And I was really expecting a lot more. And so we'll show you what kind of things we're talking about when we talk about creativity.
Yeah. Oh, I will come to you later. But yes, these curry puffs are so tasty. And although this looks really basic, it really packs a tangy, refreshing punch to add with this. It's really nice. I don't remember the sauce taste off the top of my head, but I know the beef was super tasty.
Yeah, it was really, really good.
First, before anything. Cheers.
Cheers.
This is a habanero moonshine with like a white tequila and a jalapeno. Oh, what is it? Like a jalapeno fruit pickling spices. Why did I think that there was jalapeno was in the tequila somehow? Anyway, it's super tasty. It's like I always get it. I either get it as it comes, or I will switch out the moonshine for mezcal to make it smoky.
Yep. And mine's a simple old fashioned. Nothing too out of the box there. But they do make a good one, and it's quite tasty, so well balanced.
I love these curry puffs. So good.
Like you said, the crust, the pastry crust is really light and flaky and buttery, so it's a really good complement, and the tang from that just kind of balances it all out. All in all, I would say this definitely rolls like an 18 for me. Really, really good. Good stuff.
I'd probably say it rolls a 17. I think it's super good.
I'm going to say these things roll like a 15 for me. Flavorful, tasty. I like the puffs just a little bit better. So
I would agree. I think I like the puffs a little bit better. I would probably roll it a 15. I think that's fair. I really do think, like, if you're the kind of person who enjoys cilantro, having the cilantro with it does really add just a little something more.
For the drink. Did you kill it? Nope. Hey, she didn't stop it on me. It's up first. Hold on. Still my heart. I know. Brutal. For the drink. It's an old fashioned. I like an old fashioned. It's a good one. I tend to drink my stuff neat, as we've talked about so often, but I do on occasion have some fun. I would definitely roll this though for an old fashioned. I'd roll this a 14. It's a good old fashioned. It's well balanced. It's well crafted. It's nothing to knock your socks off and make anything special out of it. But it's a good drink.
It is a good old fashioned. I do like it. I do like having a mixed cocktail. I want to taste and appreciate the liquor that's in it. I like going to distilleries and tasting what they've created, and I like seeing how the flavor profiles can change. So I don't like getting a cocktail and just having it overbearingly sweet or overbearingly sour, and you can't really taste what's in it anymore. So this is something that definitely has fun, plays with it. It's very pretty to look at. This one here is the Yayas roll. It actually has seared filet mignon on the top.
Yeah.
I don't remember what's inside of it.
Oh, here,
I'll have to look up the menu.
Put on the menu. She gave me a big butt the menu.
I'll add it in later. This is the delicious roll, and then this is the crazy tiger roll.
So I got the boat. It's supposed to be 21 pieces of sashimi. But if you look at it, there's actually more than 21 pieces, because you have 3 pieces of the fake crab. Okay, whatever. And you have 2 pieces of the shrimp. Okay, whatever. But they give you a little bit more for being a little bit less.
For being a less quality there.
Rest is awesome. Lots of fun. I mean, pretty standard stuff. But the fact that they give you a little bit extra just because of that, happy about that.
You pick this, why?
I love sashimi. I love the various flavors that you get from sashimi. It's not adulterated by rice, which tends to cool it down. It tends to like mellow it out a little bit, so you get a little bit stronger flavor. And each fish has its own flavor and its own texture. So for me, it's the fun of enjoying the different flavors and textures that make sushi, or make sashimi specifically, so much fun.
Yeah. What do you think this rolls?
I think as a boat, this to me rolls a solid 15. It's always really pretty. It's always well done, and it always has a lot of the more fun flavors in it, more intense. Like you're going to get a lot more fishy flavor on this one. You're going to get the smoothness of that one. You're going to taco, which has a little bit of chewiness. It always has all those different pieces and parts, and I think they do a really good job making it pretty, but keeping it very flavorful.
I like to get rolls because I like the complexity and the flavors that's in it. I appreciate very much fish on its own, just sashimi. I appreciate nigiri, and I love those things. I like to have fun with a lot of flavors. So for me, going towards rolls like these is what I love. The Yayas is going to be the most expensive, coming in at $20. The other two, I believe, are 16 and 15. But I know Yaya's is 20. It's like the most expensive one on there, and I think that's because of that filet cut. It is not my favorite. I think it's Duke's favorite roll as far as the specialty rolls. It's not my favorite. I would probably say that it rolls probably a 16 or a 17 because I prefer to have more raw fish and less cooked things, and I usually don't want to go for meat if I'm having sushi. But that said, it's very unique. I've never gone anywhere and had
Steak.
that was laid across the...
Seared.
Yeah, seared. So that's pretty cool. The same thing with the delicious roll. That one is actually my favorite. I would give it a solid 17 because of the scallops that are on it. I love scallops, but the scallops are seared and the shrimp is seared that lay across the top, so it's very, very good. The Crazy Tiger is a fun roll. It's, to me, a take on a more like standard kind of roll, just a little bit better. Takes it up a little bit of a notch. I think the eel is done really well usually, and I would say that probably rolls like a 14. What? What do you want to say?
I was going to say, one thing of note is, for the prices that these things are, there's actually a lot more roll here than you get
there's
at a lot
so
of
much
places.
more.
You actually get like eight pieces instead of 6, and they're really thick.
Yeah.
So they're a really solid roll.
I think we both agree that the price that you get these for is very similar to Morimoto Asia.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we are in a higher end area of the city, so prices are going to be a little inflated regardless. You're eating sushi, so expect prices.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is kind of what I expected from Morimoto, were these types of takes and changes and modifications and fun. I know you had rolled. I was a little bit surprised at what you rolled for the delicious roll, mostly because it makes me think, what does it take to get a 20 out of you on a sushi roll?
Nothing is ever perfect.
Apparently not.
Can always
I'm gonna re-quote that next time you're playing. Next time you're playing and you tell me you crit against somebody, I'm gonna be like, nope, sorry, you never get a 20. Nothing's ever perfect.
No, dice speak.
Oh no. Dice should be speaking. So for
They
me,
are speaking for me when I am that roll.
for me, this is a 19.
Okay.
The Yayas roll is so unique to me. I've never had anything with meat on it. It's flavorful. It's fun. That to me rolls a 19. It's out of the box. I do love the delicious roll. I agree with you. I think it's fun to have the scallops on it. Super rare. I love that they torch it like on the sushi, on the the sushi roll itself. Fantastic. That one rolls a 17 for me. It's a little bit less, but still really, really good. The Crazy Tiger is a Crazy Tiger, and I love eel. It's one of my favorite things. And to me, this rolls a solid 16. So, I mean, in order for me, it was what you would expect, but yeah, really good rolls here, really out of the box.
That drink looked so cool.
So this is a Death Picked, which seems like a very interesting name.
Show it to the people.
Show it to people. The Death Picked. It is an Elijah Craig barrel pick, which Yayas itself picked the barrel. Vino Amaro. It's got Campari, Aperitif Cappelletti, Sweet Vermouth, and Angostura bitters.
Okay.
And yes, I had to look at the menu first.
I don't blame you. That's
I'm
very
not gonna
different.
try that.
But he
Such a
brought
good
it out.
smoky flavor that came with that.
Yeah, that one just smelled so good. He brought it out. I'll show it to you right here. But when he brought it out, he had it smoked on a pedestal inside a glass container, and he was explaining that he used oak,
chips because it complemented the oak aged barrel.
Which makes
Or the
perfect
oak
sense.
barrel aged. Yeah, it does make a lot of sense.
Because bourbon is made with, virgin oak barrels that are charred on the inside. So
Yeah. Come on, Tim, what do you think? Come on.
that's really good. That is
And you don't like cocktails with bourbon or whiskey typically.
that is a hint on the sweet side, especially on the finish. But that smokiness definitely comes through the whole way. It's very balanced.
Do I not get to try it?
No, not at all. Why would I let you try my drink? No, this is my drink. That rolls an 18 for me. That is my new favorite drink.
This,
It's fantastic.
wow. I'm having another little sip. I promise it's only a little one.
Go ahead. It's all right. I'm like,
Oh my gosh. It's like dry, bitter, sweet, smoky, cherry almost.
Smooth. It still has bourbon forward.
But yeah, it's so good. That's
My new favorite.
really, really good. That's, yeah. So he said he rolls at 18. Ooh, man, I would. Man, I'd have to start categorizing things.
I know.
Because I love the Miss Stephanie because I love the spicy and the refreshing at the same time. It's just a fun drink. And it's so tasty. But like, I only get tequila and that kind of a thing when I come here. I usually drink bourbon whiskey at home with him, and it's usually neat. But man, I love getting old fashions when I come out. He described it as like an old fashioned meets a Manhattan meets a, what was the third thing? It's awesome. I would say that's probably about an 18. It's really hard to beat that. I, on the other hand, got the Miss Me Mexico because I did say it was my other favorite. But before I take a drink, because it will ruin the aesthetic of the drink, let me take a picture. That's the problem. They're all just so good. Like, this is what we were talking about when we were talking about the cocktails we had there. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't think Chef Morimoto, Iron Chef, like, was a master mixologist.
He wasn't a mixologist
No.
until he had 20.
But when you have a restaurant that's that caliber and you're boasting that it's Chef Morimoto's, I personally feel like you should have high caliber eats and drinks.
Agreed.
And your
things that
drink was
pair
good.
well.
Yeah, and things that pair well. Your drink was good. You rolled it pretty well. I rolled it pretty well. It was sweeter than we would normally get. But it was tasty. I think all around, all of the cocktails we had here were better than anything we had at
Agreed.
Morimoto's.
I was excited. Like, how many times did we talk about what I was really looking forward to? Was that we were going to go have that.
Yeah.
And every time we discussed doing something a little bit different, I was like, no, I want to do that.
Yes, it was the thing.
But if I'm honest, I'll eat here before I eat there.
Yeah.
If this was right next door to Morimoto's, I'd eat here. I'd eat here every time. I feel like here they're trying.
Yeah.
And they're doing a damn good job.
Yeah.
And they're experimenting and they're doing a damn good
They're
job.
having fun with it.
Yeah. And that's what I was looking for. So that's
too.
me.
That's
I
what I
roll
was
this place a
looking
little bit higher than I roll Morimoto's.
I would too. Okay, so should we send them back to Disney Springs now?
Yeah, you guys go back to Disney Springs.
Go back. Go. Anyway, well, we have finished our drinks. We have paid our bill. We have spread some extra magic, which we will talk about here in a minute.
Yep.
Yeah, we're gonna move on and party elsewhere.
Yeah, let's have
Party
fun.
on, Wayne.
Party on, Wayne! Party on, Garth! Party on, Garth. We're nerds.
So here's the thing that I want to declare right now. Disney is for adults. You saw the food we ate. There's music to dance to. And my best friend. It's for adults too.
They took us the wrong way. I mean the long way, so we could find hats. I love him. It's been a good night.
It's been a very good night.
Okay. Dun dun dun. Because Lorelai has recently developed an obsession with Grogu. You know what's sad though is that when these go on sale and they hit the character warehouse, they're like $10 or $5 instead of $17. Just so you know. And the character warehouse is like 10 minutes away.
Probably not there right now, though.
Ew! So, Lorelai loves stuffies. She loves Grogu, but we really don't want to get her another stuffy. And then I was like, but do we make this an exception because Ewoks are just awesome? And he's
Ewoks
like,
are the best.
but and he's the one who made friends with Leia and was like protecting her. Or we can, you know, get a tauntaun. I love him. So there was a couple by us who,
They sat right, like, table next to us.
yeah, and they were on their first date.
Yeah.
They've been talking
very
for about a
cute.
month. It was very cute. But we only started talking because we noticed that he was like the nice gentleman who stood up when she got up to go to the bathroom and stood up when
Guys,
she
be a
came back.
gentleman.
And so we got to talking and stuff. That's how he said that they were on their first date. And so then we were sitting there and Duke's like, hey, so we haven't talked about extra magic this trip. And I said, that's a good point. What do you want to do? And he said, well, you know, we could, yeah.
And Steph's like, huh? And I'm like, she's like, huh? And I'm like,
I did not even. He's such a freaking liar. Such a liar. We got their first round of drinks. It's just like I hope you guys have a good first date.
And we told the waiter
Anonymously.
to make it anonymous. Don't say who did it. Just extra magic. That's the point.
And to me, like, I don't think it's not the same if they know.
True.
For me personally, it's that you gave it. That's all that matters. You gave. If you're doing the giving because you want them to know that you did the giving, then you're looking for like
Then you're looking for
adoration.
praise.
Right. No, we do like to just kind of spread a little extra something. And it's already expensive to go to Disney, but it's nice. You know? And that all started with us because on our first trip down, this little kid picked us. A little kid picked us and gave us a gift card. So we were sitting here outside at one of the eateries waiting for our order and trying to find where my husband found a spot. So I'm standing there and this woman and her son comes up and she said, my son Levi would like to give you a gift card. Just like randomly out of the blue, I was standing there in line and this woman and her son Levi came up and said, my son Levi would like to give you this gift card and we hope that you have fun on your first visit and congratulations on your anniversary.
Wow.
And I looked at her, I was like, what, really? And she goes, we just like to spread some extra magic around the park when we're here. And I was like, thank you, like borderline tears. And they were walking away and she goes, do you see how that made someone's day? And I was like,
That's some serious.
that was so sweet. Like, I can't.
It's extra magic special.
I think it is. It's just a little something. And even if they don't remember, all the details, they know that people were giving. They remember that people were giving and did extra kindness. That's all that matters. Ooh. Okay, that's kind of cool.
It's like a map. And all the points are highlighted via,
On Tatooine.
yeah. That's pretty cool.
That is kind of cool. And it's a map. We
It's
decorate with maps.
We do love maps.
So for Lorelai, we could actually do this. She asked for more pictures because I put something up in Luke's room. She specifically was like, more pictures. And because she likes Grogu, and come on, that's just kind of cute.
It is pretty cute.
We could do something like that. That's a thought. Okay, let's keep looking.
Yep.
We could get her an outfit that she'll grow out of, and it costs $65. No.
Get her a lightsaber that she can beat her brother with it.
So we found these handcuffs, and he's trying to investigate them, like how to open them, find the button. You can tell like they separate, but he can't figure it out. So
I'm
I
thinking
gave
it's
him
because
crap,
they're locked, because, you know,
I
they're
gave him
still in
crap
the store.
though, because 3 and up, but he
Yeah.
can't figure it out.
What?
Smarter than a 5th grader?
Nope.
You are purchased. You're purchased.
Purchased.
I purchased you. Did you know that? I paid. No. You are perched nicely on top of his head, and it works. Oh, you have like the.
I have back scratch.
Yours comes with a souvenir.
What? This drink came with a back scratcher.
Wait, no, look, wait. It comes with a back scratcher.
Good, you can scratch your own damn back. I'm not doing
Damn
it
straight.
anymore.
Fantastic. I got a back scratcher. It's totally worth every penny.
To interesting and memorable souvenirs.
I don't know how to drink this thing. So much garnish. Cheers.
Ooh. I would pull back a little bit on the cherry. Otherwise, it's perfect. Oh, I like that. So much better. You know what I mean? Like, how do you do that?
I had the same problem.
Okay, you taste a lot more alcohol than I thought you would.
Yep.
I thought it was going to get overpowered. It's really tasty. Floral. A touch of tang, but mostly to me it's floral and whiskey.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, I'd give that a.
Yeah, what did it roll?
I'd probably roll that a 15, maybe 20.
I'd roll this like a good solid 18 that like teetered a little bit.
Nah,
No?
I'd roll that thing like a 10. The
Really?
cherry kills me.
Oh, well that's what I said, that if you pull back on the cherry a little bit it'd be better, but this
But
is
you
great.
didn't. It is what it is.
I did.
You can't fix their drink and then try to claim a different number.
I like it a lot. That's all that matters. That's how adults
Anywho,
win arguments.
I remember trips. Remembers trips. We thought, let's give that a shot. Let's take a trip. Let's see if that's the way to go.
Thigh-high chicken and biscuits. It's like a cheddar and chive biscuit with fried chicken that has hot honey and pickles. And then over here, look at this. Look at this. I love fried green tomatoes. I don't really know about the ham part of it. I just care about this part, but it looks amazing. Looks so good.
Oh, it's awesome.
Now we're recording.
Yeah, I said it reminded me of a dish towel, but it's a napkin. I don't, like a kitchen dish towel. I don't, okay, random, but.
Cheers.
In a beat up Chevy truck. Once upon a time, yeah, like when I was a kid. I liked country music. Anyway, what do you think?
Pretty good.
Yeah? Okay. Oh. It's not super spicy, it's just like some warmth that kind of kicked into the back end.
There's a. I love it's the pickle,
Yeah?
but there's some spice to it.
Okay. The honey is hot honey.
Yeah, I know, but there's like a jalapeno flavor, which makes me think it's the pickle.
I see what you mean. It's pretty good. Yeah. I've heard a lot of good things about these and I've been wanting to try them for a while. I think it lives up to my, I've heard a lot of hype. A lot of hype. So for something to live up to a lot of hype, when you've been hearing about it for years, I think that's great. I would say they roll, I'd say like a 14.
That's about what I was going to give it. Yeah. Biscuit's good. Chicken is flavorful. Well cooked. Like the one. That extra heat's nice.
Okay, we're gonna eat now.
Next round is the fried green tomatoes.
It's really salty. Like it's good, but it's like the super salty, not sweet. It's good. It's salty. For me at least. The tomatoes are good. They're really tangy.
Yeah.
And that tang with the ham, it's almost like a tang overload.
It is a very salty ham. It is all in the ham.
And he likes salt. Like loves salt.
I like salt. It is a very salty ham. Just a tomato, not salty. So they didn't really overload the salt in the tomatoes. Literally all of it. Yes, the tomatoes have a tang to it. That vinegary.
I think it's too much with the ham. I like arugula though. So having the peppery crispness of the arugula is good.
I don't know how I feel about this one.
I might give it like an 8. It's not amazing. It's not mind blowing. It's okay.
I'm going with rolling a 6. There's too much salt. That's saying something from me. If I say there's too much salt,
You love salt, yeah.
too much salt. And it overloads every other flavor. You get the salty ham off of it, and the tomato has sharpness to it. But it's nothing that's mind-boggling or crazy. It's green tomato sliced and breaded and fried. I'm not blown away by this at all, and I think there's too much salt in that ham.
Yeah. So here's something. Okay. One, we hate waste, so we're gonna eat a little bit more of it, but I really don't want any more. I've had 2 and that's like all I want. That said, I will say, the amount of food that you get on that plate for that appetizer
Yeah,
is
that's
a lot.
decent amount.
And
Same with the chicken biscuit.
the chicken biscuits, like, I have big hands. Like, my hands are as big as his. I have big hands. And it's like the entire size of my palm. And they're thick biscuits. So it's a good amount of food for what you're getting.
Your arugula helps.
It really does. That's why I kept pulling more arugula in.
Yep.
But it gives that crispy, kind of peppery flavor to offset it, but it
Yep.
still doesn't make up for it.
Yep.
It's not like if you eat the arugula, it makes it all better.
No, back of my throat is like salt pork.
Yeah.
Yeah, this drink's worth it. If you want to see more vlogs with the kids, like and subscribe. If you want to see more vlogs without the kids, subscribe and like. That way we know, and we'll make sure to work that out.
Yes.
You see the difference between bringing the kids and
It's still making
And
memories. It's just making other memories. To adulting at Disney.
to adulting at Disney.
And making our own memories.
That's right. Cheers.
All right, I'm tired. I'm full. Actually, I'm not that tired. I'm just full.
I'm not that tired or that full.
Okay, look at that water. Isn't it pretty? All right,
pretty.
we're going to go to bed. But before we go back to the resort and go to bed, just thank you so much. Again, like
for
he
coming along
said,
with us.
if you had fun hanging out, like, tell us, give us a like.
Yeah.
If there's something that you're curious about or you want to have a question answered, like, put it down in the comments. Send me an email. The email's in the description. If you need any help planning a visit, that information is down there
Yep.
as well. It's also going to be right here. If you have any
Really
questions,
good company.
like, just let us know. Otherwise, thank you so much for being here, and hope you had fun watching our silliness.
Because we're silly and we're nerds, so expect more nerdisms.
Yeah. Oh,
And, nerdisms.
another thing really quickly. Don't you know? You never split the party.
Don't you know you never split the party?